The story begins by introducing a bald man, big and muscular, working as a mechanic. Like any other day, Bradley drives a broken car into the garage, but when he arrives, he sees the garage owner waiting for him, which surprises him. Then the boss calls him into the office. Upon hearing that, Bradley knows he's about to be fired, and he's right. The boss says the garage is facing financial trouble and has to cut staff. But that's just an excuse, because Bradley is too tough, and he wants someone more obedient. Being straightforward, Bradley says nothing. He quietly packs his belongings, gets in his car, and drives home. This marks the beginning of the tragedy in Bradley's life. Bradley stops in front of his house and sees his wife in the car, talking on the phone. He becomes suspicious and stares at her to confirm. Once certain, he approaches and asks Lauren to open the door. Lauren asks why he's home early. He notices a hickey on her neck and asks for her phone, but she refuses. Bradley snatches it from her hand. His suspicion is correct. She's talking to another man. Bradley angrily tells her to go inside. She tries to explain, but he yells. Lauren silently walks in. He's just been fired and finds out his wife cheated. He loses control and vents his anger on Lauren's car, smashing it wildly until he calms down, then asks how long it's been going on. Lauren admits it's been 3 months, and she had an abortion recently. She felt depressed while Bradley was always busy. Loneliness made her seek someone else. Bradley realizes his mistake. He should have spent more time with her. He apologizes and says they'll start over. Lauren agrees. Then Bradley says he lost his job and will work for a drug lord. Lauren immediately objects. He promised to never get involved again. Bradley says he knows, but in this situation, they can't live peacefully. He promises to be careful. The story jumps 18 months later. Bradley's job is to watch a delivery at an apartment. After the delivery, he goes home. His life has completely changed. He earns a lot of money, lives in a big house, and owns luxury cars. Lauren is about to give birth in just a few days. One day while at home, his boss calls him over. Bradley rushes out. Lauren watches worriedly. Bradley arrives to meet the drug lord, who mentions Eliza, a well-connected contact in Mexico, with an important job for him. Soon Eliza arrives with 2 men. Eliza says Bradley will lead, while the other 2 assist, but Bradley refuses. Roman looks like an addict. He fears recklessness will get them caught. Eliza defends them, saying they're the best, but Bradley insists. Lauren pulls him aside, saying the job will be very profitable, and promises he'll get 3 months off. After the baby is born, Bradley agrees and tells Eliza that he will take full responsibility for this job, and Eliza's 2 men must follow his orders throughout the entire process. Eliza nods in agreement. Bradley quickly tests Roman, asking what he would do if told to dump the goods. Roman says he would do it immediately. The 3 of them drive to the harbor at night. Before Bradley gets angry, Pedro speaks up. We agreed to follow Bradley's orders. Bradley drives the boat offshore. Upon arrival, he carefully observes the surroundings. Pedro dives into the water and retrieves a hidden box. It is a container worth $3 million, hidden under the sea. They take the goods and throw the box back into the water. On the way back, Bradley suddenly throws his package into the sea and tells the others to do the same. However, Roman and Pedro ignore the warning and beat Bradley badly. Bradley stays calm and lets them leave, while he walks back toward the boat. But after Roman and Pedro leave, the police suddenly surround them. Bradley tries to sneak away, but hears them calling for backup. He comes up with an idea to pretend helping the police. Bradley approaches from behind and shoots Pedro, then Roman. But unfortunately, he is still arrested. He is taken to the interrogation room. A detective questions him about the drugs and what he was doing there. Bradley tries to mislead them, but the detective suspects him. Although there is no direct evidence, he is charged for killing 2 men. Before the trial, he meets his wife. Bradley tells Lauren to take care of herself and their unborn child. He has made enough money for them to live comfortably. Finally, Bradley is sentenced to 7 years in prison for murder and illegal weapons possession. Upon arrival, they take all his personal belongings, including his wedding ring. After a medical check, he is placed in an upper cell with another inmate. The warden explains the prison rules. When the bell rings, all inmates must come out. Bradley is thrown into his cell, filled with regret for getting involved with Eliza. He falls asleep when the roll call bell rings. Everyone leaves except Bradley. Because of him, all inmates miss their meal. When he wakes up, the warden gets angry. I already told you the rules. This is your last warning. Follow the rules or face trouble. The scene cuts to Lauren, sleeping at home. She notices an intruder. She grabs a gun, but is suddenly tasered and passes out. Back at the prison, Bradley is told someone wants to see him. He meets Dr. Dennis, who got a call from a man claiming to be Lauren's doctor, saying Lauren has complications and wants to see Bradley at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Bradley is confused, as Lauren never mentioned him. The next day he meets the man, but realizes he has never seen him before. He is not a real doctor, but Eliza's henchman, posing as a doctor to approach him. He says that because the last job failed, Eliza lost $3 million. Then, Placido shows Bradley photos of Lauren being kidnapped and says Eliza is extremely angry. He will kill both his wife and unborn child unless he does something for him. Finally, they make a deal. Bradley must kill a life-sentenced inmate held in Block 99 of Red Cliff Prison. Placido says, if Bradley gets into Block 99 and kills Christopher, Eliza will forgive him and release his family. Bradley is devastated, unsure whether to do it. On the way back to his cell, Bradley suddenly attacks the warden, beating him brutally. The warden fights back, but Bradley restrains him and breaks his arm. Hearing the screams, other guards rush in. However, Bradley has not reached his goal, so he attacks 3 more guards. One of them tasers him, and his plan succeeds. He is transferred to Red Cliff Prison as a high-risk inmate. Upon arrival, he meets the warden too. Tu says he has dragged himself into hell. This prison is the strictest. After a full search, Bradley is placed in Block 59 instead of Block 99. He is shocked. The cell is filthy, with human waste in the corner and a foul smell. But for his family, he accepts everything. Later, a guard knocks for 60 minutes of fresh air. In the yard, Bradley looks for Christopher. An inmate named Derek approaches. Bradley asks if he knows Christopher. Derek replies, there's no inmate named Christopher in Red Cliff. Bradley is confused, then goes to ask a group lifting weights. Derek warns him not to, but Bradley approaches anyway. The group gets angry, and he provokes a fight, defeating them one by one, to be labeled dangerous and transferred to Block 99. A guard fires a warning shot, but Bradley continues, even attacking guards. Finally, Tu arrives and orders him hooded, then thrown into Block 99, an underground, prison-like dungeon. They attach an electronic shield, controlled remotely, and shock him repeatedly until he faints. Cut to Lauren, held in terrible condition. Placido is photographing her alongside a Korean doctor, planning to kill her baby. Back to Bradley, unconscious from electric shock. He wakes up screaming for Christopher. Another inmate replies, there's no Christopher here. Guards hear him shouting and drag him out to shock him again. One of them says, Christopher wants to see him. He is taken to the cell. Bradley is shocked by what he sees. The man inside is not Christopher, but Eliza and the same mad inmate that Bradley had beaten before severely. Christopher was just a trap set by Eliza to lure Bradley into Block 99 for revenge. Eliza lost $3 million and was exposed because of Bradley. Bradley also killed his sister's husband. So Eliza decided to take revenge, even bribing the guards. Bradley is tortured with electric shocks. Eliza shows him photos of Lauren, sent by Placido, and coldly says, none of them will escape. Bradley is beaten and dragged back. Eliza controls the device and keeps shocking him. Bradley is exhausted. All his efforts have failed. But after speaking to the inmate next door, he gets an idea. He tears off his shoe sole and covers the shield sensor, disabling the electricity. Later, the guards check on him. When told to return, he pretends to ask for air. They try to shock him, not knowing it's disabled. Bradley pretends to convulse, then attacks suddenly, killing one guard, terrifying the other, who thinks he's a demon. Bradley grabs the keys, locks him in the cell, and heads to Eliza, facing insane inmates guarding the way. He defeats them brutally and moves forward, finally reaching Eliza. Bradley knocks him down and takes his phone, forcing him to call off the abortion. Eliza refuses, so Bradley breaks his leg, forcing him to comply and order Lauren's release. Bradley demands she be taken home safely, then drags Eliza back into the cell. But Tu appears with his men. Bradley says one is dead and one is locked inside. He's waiting for Lauren's call to confirm her safety. Meanwhile, Placido escorts Lauren home at gunpoint. Once alone, Lauren fights back and kills them both. Bradley receives the call. She's safe and under protection. He says goodbye to his unborn child, knowing he won't meet them. Tu asks if he's done. Bradley asks for a minute, then returns and kills Eliza brutally. Finally, Tu loses control and shoots Bradley in the head. Bradley dies instantly, and the story ends.